We need your help. My son Chucky was born a healthy baby boy, breastfed, met all his milestones. At 2 years old, he was diagnosed with autism. He was a happy, silly boy, nonverbal, but he could tell you his wants and needs. Until puberty hit, all hell broke loose. He started self-injurious behavior, where he would come home with a black eye from beating himself all day. School couldn't control him and help me. He was let go of the program he was in at school. We were home for months without any help from education. They didn't know what to do. The doctors, we've done all the medicine we could do. There was no help. He wanted to beat himself. He took it out on himself. And when we would wrap him to keep him safe from beating himself, he started beating us. Knocked Dad's front teeth out. He was so strong. He's beating his head in the floors, into the corner of the walls. Couldn't control him. It was just Dad and I. I wrapped him inside of an air mattress as if he was the hot dog and the air mattress was the bun, so he could get that sensation of hitting his head without killing himself. This is desperation. This is 24 hours a day, sitting side by side, holding together until I decided to throw some duct tape on it to hold it because it made him happy. And we could breathe for a minute. Because remember, there was no respite. Dad and myself for months. We had to send him to New Hampshire to a facility, an Easter Seals facility. And I was told he would be there about a year. Well, 3.5 years later of us going to see him every 3 months, me, Dad, and Jen, when she wasn't in college, would go and visit him anywhere from 4 days to 2 weeks. We took our holidays, our Christmases, and took our dinners, made them, and brought it to him. We were there for every holiday, and he stayed right with us in the hotel. He didn't go back to the facility. He would stay right with us. We would take him Christmas shopping. We did it all. After 3 years of every 3 months visiting, a care package every month, and I would talk Monday, and every other day me and Dad would switch, and our son stayed in contact with every single day for 3.5 years, which is very, very rare. Parents drop their kids off at facilities and they don't go back to get them. I love my son and I'm going to fight for him. And if this is my life till the day I die, then that's it. I got to fight for my son. Labor Day 2010, we went up to see Chucky, me and his dad. And our last day at the theme park, because that's what he did all the time we were there, is at the theme park, is he had to check every single ride to make sure it was closed. When they said the park was closed and everything turned down, we went to every ride that he really enjoyed. He knew it was over, it was time to go, because the next day would be back to the facility and Mom and Dad would be leaving. A nonverbal child turned to me and said, "Mommy, Chucky, be good boy, let's go home." Dad looked at me and I looked at Dad, and we cried all the way to the car, knowing we can't take him home. And I said, I'm going to go back home and I'm going to fight for him to get him home, because he's ready. He told me he's ready. I came back to Rochester and I talked and had meetings, and we had people together, and we had it figured out after so many meetings. We had Chucky was going to come home. He was going to go either to a day program in a group home, or he was going to do educational, because it's his last year this year. He was going to finish off his education and then look for a group home. Everything was ready for him to come home. We went and picked him up on December 21st, talked with our school district, and held that bed for another 30 days, just in case, because we knew what the hell it took to get that bed. Just in case, let's hold it for another month just in case. Doing well. He's still doing well. Not 100%, but he's doing well. He regressed a little bit between the Christmas holiday and the first of the year and getting this whole routine down because he can't handle change, never. And that's why I think it was puberty, it set it all off, is because of the changes, because he's never going to handle change. So we have the best Christmas in 3.5 years we've missed because we had to go there all the time. He's home, we're happy, everything's going wonderful. We go to meet a group home, turns us down. Promised it, but we were turned down. They're looking at evaluation of my son when he was very ill and sick, not who he is today. 4 months ago, we lost Dad. He can't handle change. So how is he going to handle this? I asked the experts, what do I do? Our Dr. Susan Hyman came over with a CD and a storybook with Lion King. The story because his dad dies. And he watches it. I try to explain. I went through pictures. I wrote him notes. How do you tell your child that can't handle change and doesn't understand in heaven? What is heaven? Is it Walmart? Is that Wegmans? It's a place he just hasn't been to yet. He would beat himself because he doesn't understand. He tells me, be good, Daddy coming soon. Every time he hears a truck go by, he could see him light up because it must be Daddy this time. I had to tell him, Daddy is all gone. He cried. He made me cry. And to teach my son to let some of that pain go, I cried. I gave him his hands in my face. I let him feel the tears. I let him feel my emotions. He cried. It worked. So now we take advantage of it. If Jen's having a bad day and she's sad, crying, powwow, we feel it. He lets it out because he needs that. I need your help. Build a facility for self-injurious behavior, an adults program, young adult. My son's last year of school, come June, I don't even have a work program. I don't have a day program. I have nothing for him. So when he graduates in June, I'm definitely 100% all alone here. Build a facility here in Rochester and let me and any other parent out there that's going through hell that didn't drop their kid off in a facility and left them, and I'm asking you to help me take care of my son. Let my daughter not inherit this. My son inherit Chucky. We all love him, but this is not a life. He needs his own place. I have to fight for Chucky right now. But I want to make sure my autism family, whatever problem your child has, and you're sitting in your home right now all alone, I'm thinking about you. When I think about Chucky, I could help. And every parent's got their kids home and knows what works for their child. They can help. Let us help you. We need resources. I need a break. It was 5 days, 24 hours a day last week. I was in this house from Friday until Wednesday morning. I can't even tell you. We have to keep them busy. How do you keep them busy? You got to think, and besides baking cookies and coloring and games, it's a nonstop. I just don't have it in me. I'm drowning. Please help us. Last month, and it happens maybe once a month, he hurts himself. He beats himself up. And it's been pretty much, Daddy's gone. He's going to be a good boy if Daddy comes back because he doesn't get it. When he's acting up and throwing a tantrum or whatever he may be doing, there's no place for me to turn. I got to listen to it. Can't yell at him to stop because then he does it even more. I get involved, I'm afraid I'm going to get hit. Well, this day I happened to be taking the garbage out to the lawn, out to the front of the house and picking up and getting the lawnmower because I do make him cut the lawn. I came in, I left him probably 20 minutes alone. This is what I walked into. That I have to see this. He has to go through this. If I could keep him busy, one activity after another, and not get time to do this to himself, he'll be okay. If I could have help so I could stop for a few minutes just to think, how can I get him through the next day? I don't want to send my son out of state anymore. I want my son to stay in Monroe County. I want a place for him to go that he's safe. I want to go and help in these places. We need a self-interest behavior facility in Rochester, New York. One more question. If I was to die tomorrow, what happens to Chucky? Where does he go?